Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. This is actually a History Channel series, but we only get the third and fourth season. So, like, the first two seasons of this series are History Channel. So, what we have here is from 2020 to 2023 so far. If there's more episodes to come, don't know. But yeah, it's a reality series, and I do hate reality series. It's not through no fault of their own. I'm just saying, in general, reality series tend to be immensely fake. If you haven't seen me talk about this before, I've been a part of some reality series, well, at least an episode here or there, and it's made up. Conflicts made up. Surprises made up. Revelations made up. That's just the way it tends to be when it comes to reality TV. It's scripted. We got to figure that out. We just got to come to that realization of that fact, especially when it comes to like anything from the Kardashians to dating things. Yeah, absolutely. There are probably elements to each of those things that are real elements. Maybe people might feel something for somebody on one of those dating shows, but do they feel all of it? And are they coached into feeling things a certain way in order to create drama? Absolutely. Are the Kardashians at each other's throat and hate each other so much? Maybe. But is it all exaggerated? Absolutely. I mean, a majority of it is. So when it comes to things that talk about UFOs and UAPs, we've been examining the existence of unidentified flying objects and unidentified aerial phenomena for centuries. People have around the world things we don't understand. I'm going to tell you this right now: 100% UFOs and UAPs are 1,000% real. I'm not lying. When they're unidentified flying objects and unidentified aerial phenomena, they absolutely exist. Are they aliens? Like, probably not. Probably not. I'm willing to bet they're not. Uh, are they something else? Are they government experiments? Are they natural phenomenon that we don't fully understand that are located in specific places like the Skinwalker Ranch? Certain, whether it's meteorological, no, that's not the word. Whether it has to do with the weather or gravitational forces, it has to do with things underground or in the air. Yeah, absolutely. There's certain things that we've discovered throughout the world that affect maybe gravity or magnetic forces, things like that. Absolutely are things we don't fully understand. They've been examined over and over again, and they exist. But again, it does not mean they are because little green men from another planet. I am Mulder in many cases, in many ways. I want to believe. Why is I mean, I realize X Files is probably on Hulu, but it's not on Disney Plus. Because I'd be rewatching that pilot immediately, just and all of it. I just rewatching all of it. I'll get it. I'll watch it again someday. But I want to believe. I want to see concrete proof of these things. As much as it will certainly destroy much of our everything that we believe in and center ourselves on this planet, and it's going to be it would be a humongous shift in everything if we found out 100% openly, clearly that aliens exist and are on planet Earth. I still want to know. I still want to know. When you make a show that you want to have more than one episode featuring these phenomenon, and for some reason they're all in this one place, Skinwalker Ranch in North Utah, well, it kind of lends itself to the idea that you don't want to solve everything immediately. Because if you did, there's no episode 2. There's no season 2. you can present a lot of mysteries, and they do in this. I only watched the first episode, but I know a little bit about this. I've done some work research, and I have an interest in these things. I still don't believe that it's little green men or the Greys or whatever, as much as those kind of stories and fantasies, from E.T. to Resident Alien to, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, all those things fascinate me, and I love the science fiction that comes out of such ideas. This kind of situation, it's like, oh, hey, we see a problem. There's some weirdness that's happening on this ranch, and we're all in. Nobody's a skeptic for the most part, I don't think. Everybody believes in it. They all have their expertise. They all sit around a table and they talk about it, and it's not really that interesting when they start talking about it. That's why somebody has to suddenly be called away because something bleeped on their scanners. Oh my gosh, there's a thing that is on their scanners. And that sort of breaks up, creates tension and breaks up what normally would have been a fairly boring meeting of officials and former governor of Utah to sit around and talk about. If you've seen the first two seasons, the third season, none of these people are unfamiliar to you. The third season, they kind of reintroduce them because it's, hey, we've been gone for a little bit. Here's the third season. And I guess, because it's 2020, I guess there might have been a gap in there due to, 2020, they would have filmed it in 19. So yeah, I don't know. At least 2019, due to the pandemic. And there's also, the revelation that all these documents are coming out that, yes, there are UAPs everywhere. We have so much documentation. Yes, but it still doesn't mean they have never provided absolute proof. Bodies, communications, interactions with any of these things. It makes no difference to keep saying, yep, there's little lights in the sky and weird gravitational anomalies and everything else without giving us anything more. I'm not going to make a comparison to somebody else's files. Let's just say that. There's no sense saying there's a list and then never showing us the list. We'll avoid that for now. But we get here a lot of people who are experts in their individual fields, and they're applying it to this greater mystery and mysteries. What they do in this first episode is they find that something they had done a year before seemed to have flown under them, even though it's a camera view of a helicopter in the sky, and then suddenly something zips below them. What was that? Could have been a bug in the foreground. Could have been a number of things, but that looks pretty interesting. We got to investigate that. And so they get to the spot where that kind of thing was, about 6,000 feet up in another helicopter, and they start dropping things with GPS trackers in them, but they're never sure exactly where they are because the GPS trackers don't work, and they're led to believe that they're over the drop point, but they're not. And then when they do drop things, the items move a different direction often a different direction against the wind. So is something pulling them a different way, pushing them? Is it just bouncing off an invisible spaceship and then rolling off and then landing somewhere it shouldn't? Don't know. Again, the questions are put out there. The ideas are put out there, but no answers ever come out of it. It's great mental gymnastics. It's great for making you go, how is that possible? And when the experts obviously cannot provide anything for you, you sitting in front of a television, it just gets your mind busy. That's fine. It's a good thing to think about. But if you're not an expert in this, like these people are, if you're not an expert in these various disciplines, what are you going to find by Googling things that these guys aren't able to figure out on their own, right there in the midst of all this craziness on a single ranch in North Utah? Maybe you want to join them. Maybe you want to join up and figure this out. Odds are you won't be able to. I think if they found anything conclusive, people would be lining up to join up and just seriously blanket that area, just do as much as they can, because the more research done, the better chance you're going to get better results, just expansive results, results you can compare against each other, whether they're positive or negative. No. Again, a lot of this is over dramatized. Some of it is fake, but a lot of it is exaggerated for the camera, putting the what do you call it, the breaks, the commercial breaks, are building up to, oh my gosh, did you see that? Cut to break. There's no commercials on at least my version of Disney Plus. Come back, oh my gosh, what was that? And they go, oh, it was nothing. Or here's more questions. Nothing is answered. So, yeah. I mean, other things, again, maybe nothing is really said or revealed or questioned. It's the music that really pumps things up and makes you go, oh my gosh, something's happening. Like, even if you're not paying attention, just like the music just ramped up and we're like, oh, whoa, something's been revealed. There's an alien right outside the door. They saw a spaceship in the sky. There's 17 lights everywhere zipping all over the place. No. Again, it's like a lot of the paranormal activity type of docu-series, the ghost hunters and things like that. They're always just like scrambling in the dark with black lights and scanners, like they're Ghostbusters, and something sets off the scanner and they hear a bump or a whoo, like they hear something but never see anything. Never. And it builds up the tension and makes you want to watch more. Absolutely. These things are entertaining for a reason. People watch these things because they want to believe and they want to see something. They're never going to see something. They're going to see something that makes them question things. They're going to see things that make them interested and excited about these things. And that's an absolutely viable reason to watch this show. Definitely watch this show if you're curious about these things, but do not expect to get real answers. I hope I am wrong. I would love to see an episode where they're just like, you know what, here's my buddy, he's a gray, and we've been hanging out having beers all this week, and he's been telling me so many stories about space. But of course that's never going to happen on this show, because if that ever happened, it would be on the news a year before this thing ever airs. It's just, the moment the alien ships show up and we go, hey, you come in peace? Whether they are or they aren't, we're going to know what their intent is pretty dang quick. Especially if it's not great. And then Will Smith comes in and welcomes them to Earth. It's just the way it's going to happen. So then Jeff Goldblum will hack them with a floppy disk from a Macintosh computer. Thank you, Steve Jobs. So these things are fun. These things are absolutely worthwhile checking out. But when I see one of these, the first thing is the great thing is that they're not actors, because if they are, they're really bad actors. They're really great actors pretending to be people that don't know how to deliver lines, because there are lines in this. They're definitely, okay, talk about off camera before they do a take. Okay, you need to say this, we're going to talk about this, and then you're going to do about this, and then they just cut it together. That's how it works. We'll shoot it from a few different angles, we'll shoot it a few times, and hopefully it'll whether it creates conflict or it creates more curiosity, you gotta show you want to watch. And that's great. That's what it's all about. And our technology gets better and better and better by the day. And I wish these guys the best, that something actually does happen. If that's their goal. Because, again, the moment that somebody finds something absolutely definitive, the floodgates open. There's no closing that Pandora's box again. There's no, hey, you know what? I think we're going to do a season 27 where we almost might kind of find something. The lights are mysterious. Now, we know that's Jeff the alien from Venus. Jeff the alien. He's now like a recurring character. It's like he's going to show up and tell us all about hyperspace travel. It's a whole different show. So yeah, good luck with this. I think there's a lot of stuff to be looked at and examined. And here's the second episode, the infamous Tic Tac UAP encounter, the Tic Tac shaped spaceship supposedly. They're pulling on all the classics. Why would this ship show up now at Skywalker Ranch? Or Skywalker, yes. There's no Millennium Falcon. Skinwalker Ranch? Don't know. Are there chuds under the mesa? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff where where things in their technology gets messed up. Like in this first episode, it seems like the tracking thing says that the helicopter flew into the mesa when they were obviously thousands of feet above. But why did that happen? Do we know that even actually happened? Do we know that they found that to be real and didn't just shift the numbers, shift the screen, and make it sound, again, more interesting than it really was? Don't know. If it was fully real, awesome. Because that's a little bit scary, if you know what they're talking about. But, whew, it's, for me, it's going to take a little bit more for me to go, yeah, let's do that. And 40 is not tomorrow's episode. I'm going to see what it is, though. 40. I'll tell you why in a second. Hey, 40, where are you? Oh, well, I got something that's very, very much related to what we just watched. But it is not tomorrow's episode. We're not doing two types of this thing in a row, because tomorrow is the launch of Disney's 70th anniversary walkthrough videos being launched on Disney Plus. After years of fans making their own walkthroughs of just walking around Disneyland, Walt Disney World, all the parks around the world, Disney's finally doing it themselves, because guess what? They have control of the park, and they can shoot all these things when nobody else is here, day or night. Well, usually in the morning, early light, before people are let in, they could probably do a quick shoot. But these are mostly fun at night. They did this recently with Galaxy's Edge and Rise of the Resistance, and so now they have a whole series, like 16 or 17 of these, premiering tomorrow. Why tomorrow? It is exactly July 17th, the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. So, that's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. And tomorrow, that episode, out of all of them, most of them are about the rides, some of them are about different parts of the park. But this main one is the kind of nighttime spectaculars. So we'll be looking at the episode that talks about the nighttime spectaculars on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Disneyland's 70th anniversary nighttime spectaculars is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.